I never thought I'd just be talking straight to the camera, but shit happens. Trump got elected, the country's in the shitter, and my hemorrhoids are flaring up. The Mandela effect. What is that? Well, it's this phenomenon that's been circulating the internet recently where a mass of people have this common memory, but it turns out that it's wrong, even though a lot of people think like this, and it's completely bogus. Where it gets its name from is Nelson Mandela. It's where he died in 2013, but a lot of people were confused, saying, I thought he died in the 90s. And I remember him dying in the 90s. And so from that, it's kind of like the name of all these kind of anomalies that's going around in the world. But even then, it's like off to a shaky start, because that's what happens all the time with celebrities. Like when Danny DeVito died and people were like, I thought he died like years ago. But he's not even dead now. Like, it was just a hoax anyway. So let's get into it. I got like the whole list of Mandela effects that people have been going crazy over, and I'm gonna debunk every single one of them. So the first one is that the most popular one is the Berenstain Bears. People thought they remember specifically that it was Bernstein with the E-I-N, but it's Berenstain, and people are going kind of weird. And I mean, immediately Berenstain sounds weird, but I think it just could be attributed to, like, you just say the word fast, like Berenstain, 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 and so it just starts to sound like steam. So a lot of people, like, when you're introduced to it, it's like, have you read the Berenstain Bears? Berenstain Bears? Berenstain Bears? Then you're probably like, oh, it's Bernstein, because, it makes sense to think it's Steen, because we don't encounter like Stain as a name too often. I mean, I haven't. It's like, have you met Mr. Stain? Mr. Stain, he's the arch villain of Mr. Clean. The second one is Oscar Meyer. Like, people, it's Oscar Meyer. My baloney has a first name. It's M-A-Y-R-E. Oh, I don't know how the song goes. But people were freaking out because they thought it was M-E-Y-E-R. But it's M-A-Y-E-R. And I mean, honestly, for this video, I'm trying to find like, there's a gun in James Bond called like the Meyer something. It's like a machine gun. But I can't find it. To check the spelling. Fuck, I'm getting Mandela effect right now. The next one is for Sex in the City. Like, people thought it was Sex in the City, but it's Sex and the City. There's like, you got sex over here. Oh, and you also got the city over here. And so people were freaked out, like, as who gives a shit. The next is for the Queen song, We Are the Champions. And people are freaking out because they specifically remember Freddie Mercury singing Of the World after We Are the Champions. And they're like, it's gone. Like, it's gone. And I don't know why people are freaking out. It's still there. We are the champions of the world. If you just listen to the song, you'll hear it. So number whichever, 5, 6, I don't know how far along the list I am, is that they're saying that people remember Curious George having a tail. And I don't know about that one. I've never remembered Curious George having a tail. He's never, I mean, he's a monkey, and monkeys have tails. But that monkey never had no tail. Oh, a big one is Jif peanut butter. People thought it was Jiffy, and they're like, it was Jif, it was Jif. That's the common thread. Like, people always say, like, I have specific memories that it was like this. Apparently you don't. And I've never had I never thought it was Jiffy, because I specifically remembered that I wanted some Jif peanut butter when I was younger, and I never got no Jif peanut butter. The next one is Breas, the anti-deodorant spray, and people are the whole controversy is that it's spelled with one E in the middle, like Breas, but instead of actually Febreze. And I held this, actually, I have my own story about this. I remember when I was younger, I actually saw it in the store, and it's just with one E for Breas. And at the time, I was like, oh, that's weird. I thought it was with two E's. But I logically thought, oh, my mistake. I thought it was just with 2 E's, not just with 1. But people, instead of thinking that they just misread it by accident, they're like, oh, it's time travelers. Why is that the next logical step, you know? The next one is people are like misremember kind of like quotes and stuff. Like for instance, in Forrest Gump, when he was like, life was like a box of chocolates. People thought he said life. My mom always said life is like a box of chocolates. But instead he says, my mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. And people are like, it was is. Is was is, and was not was, it was is. And that kind of groups in with 2 other ones, like Interview with a Vampire. People think it's Interview with a Vampire, but it's Interview with the Vampire. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the part of the song, it was like, beautiful day in the neighborhood, but it's actually beautiful day in this neighborhood. People are like, it just sounds weird. But those 3, and actually a lot of these Mandela effect ones, those 3 I think are just attributed to just really just like human speech. Like you just kind of run through the words. Like even if I say it with the correct word, like interview with the vampire, interview with the vampire, interview with the. There's even like an sound, so people think it's a. Interview with the. See? You see? You get me? You get me? Like examples like these just make me look at the Mandela effect. Just like, come on. So this one is, people thought Mona Lisa was just like straight faced, but she's actually smirking a little bit. And how can you get that wrong? How can you think that? Like it's so ubiquitous. It's everywhere. That painting is everywhere. How can you not know that she's always been smirking? She was in Courage the Cowardly Dog twice. These all are kind of, they're just so like insignificant. They're just so small. Like a Whiteout, you know, the little the liquid paper that you use to cover mistakes that no one ever uses. They stopped using it like 10 years before they stopped using it. But it's not Whiteout like W-H-I-T. It's just W-I-T-E. Wait, W-H-I-T-E. I forgot the E. See, I Mandela effect. So it's just, they don't have an H. It's just W-I-T-E. And people, they look at the bottom, they're like, why would they name it like that? Why isn't it just Whiteout? It's the actual color. It's whited out, and it should be W-H-I-T-E. Like, I remember it being W-H-I-T. But companies do that. Breas did that. They misspell it words because it looks good. And honestly, like, it makes sense, because how were you introduced to Whiteout? People were like, hey, you want this Whiteout? And so in your brain, you probably just assumed it was spelled Whiteout. If it said, you want some wheat out, then you would be like, okay, so it's spelled differently. So Kit Kat, the candy, the little, it doesn't have a dash in between the kit and the cat. It's just blank. It's so ridiculous. Like, what a weird agenda do these time travelers have, where they're like, we gotta go back in time and take out that Kit Kat. That's the big thing that we gotta erase from all of human history. Not Hitler, not Stalin. That little dash. Okay, this is so dumb. What's next one? Pikachu does not have a black mark on his tail. What? I remember him. I specifically remember Pikachu having a black mark on his tail. That's so weird. Like, I remember playing like the Pokemon games, and he would show up, and I would thought his tail looked a little bare. You Google him, and he doesn't have a black mark on his tail. Okay, whatever. That's just a fluke. So Sinbad does not have a genie movie, but he had a genie movie. I would see it all the time in Blockbuster on the shelves. He had a genie movie. It was just Shaq who had the genie movie. I remember Sinbad crossing his arms and smiling at the little kid. Grant him wish. Maybe it's all real. Maybe the Mandela effect is real. Pikachu should have a black mark. What happened? Oh my god, things are changing. Oh my god. Danny defeated. Let's go. Oh my god. Oh my god. So thanks for watching my video. I just thought it'd be fun to talk about the Mandela effect. It's just kind of getting people's heads and making them go crazy. Ah! So just kind of like my reaction video and other stuff, which is right there. Oh, right there. Where is that? Check out my last video, which was the mashup between Ocean's 11 and the Justice League. It's pretty cool. And yeah, I'll be putting some stuff out whenever. Who knows? I don't know. I should know. I should be the one who knows when I put out stuff, but I don't. So subscribe, because subscribe to a channel that doesn't know when it's putting out content, because that's the best. And yeah, I got a jet because I got a birthday party coming up right now. Okay, bye.